Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Actually, I am a life and business coach. I like to call it life and business integration coach for mom entrepreneurs. And the way that I got there is when I started my private practice, pretty soon I realized I really enjoy the idea of helping people to grow, to enhance what they're already doing, to go for their big dreams and goals. And having the experience of being a mom and a wife, as well as then, being a professional and then being an entrepreneur, I thought, what better audience than mom entrepreneurs like myself.
Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Today's episode brought to you by Muggs Coffee of Lebanon, Oregon. For great coffee, go see Muggs. And by Hansen Insurance Group. Hansen Insurance for both business and personal lines can handle all your insurance needs. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So glad you've all joined us today. I am super excited about my guest today, Raquel Muller, who is full of energy. I think I'm full of energy. She is just a fireball and ready to share with us today all that she is doing. And she's from the Portland, Oregon area. So super excited about having Raquel with us today. So first of all, I want to say hi. Raquel, how's it going?
It's going great. Thank you, Russ, for having me on the show.
Well, you are so welcome. Thanks for coming and spending time with us today. So I wanted just to give a little bit of information up front. We're so glad you've joined us today. And what I want to say first is if you enjoy what you hear and see today, we would love it if you would share this with your friends, and you can comment and like. You can even subscribe to my YouTube page. It'll be on several different platforms, but we appreciate your engagement, interaction. So I am Russ Hedge, coach, motivational speaker. I am a podcaster, obviously, with Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, and the recent author of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. Oh, we got two of them there. There we go. And so
Nice.
excited about that. If you're in the local area, have an upcoming pre-release event this Saturday, November 7th at Margin Coffee. And this may or may not air before that. Oh, well, if it does, then you'll have a chance to go there. So anyway, I wanted to just tell you today that if you're looking for somebody to lift your spirits, somebody to deliver a motivational talk that will just light up the room, I'm your guy. If you need coaching in your business, somebody to help you navigate the crazy, crazy things we're going through right now and teach you how to connect and network with people, drawing great customers into your business, I'm your guy. So anyway, love to meet with people, love to connect with you. You can connect with me on my website at russhedge.com. That's russhedge.com. And I would love to talk with you. You can actually schedule time right on my website to chat. So if you get a chance, please do that. I would love to meet you. So without any further ado, it's time to say hey to Raquel again. Raquel, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and how you got to where you are today.
Oh, sure. So I am originally from Panama, which incidentally today is the Panamanian Independence Day, where we separated from the country of Colombia. And that's an aside. And so I live in the Portland, Oregon area, married with two kids, 16 and 13. And I am a licensed psychologist turned Mompreneur success specialist. So essentially, I am a life and business coach. I like to call it life and business integration coach for mom entrepreneurs. And the way that I got there is when I started my private practice, pretty soon I realized I really enjoy the idea of helping people to grow, to enhance what they're already doing, to go for their big dreams and goals. And having the experience of being a mom and a wife, as well as then, being a professional and then being an entrepreneur, I thought, what better audience than mom entrepreneurs like myself who have big dreams and want to create those big dreams, but at the same time want to still show up in, in a present way for their families. So that's how I got to working with mompreneurs.
Well, that is just so interesting. When you and I met, the first time that I saw you, you were doing actually a workshop for a local chamber. And I just knew that you were full of excitement, had great things going on for people. And I like the mompreneur thing because there's so many ladies who really want to be entrepreneurs, but they're moms, they have other things going on in their life. And what you do is kind of help them navigate that, correct?
Absolutely right. Because one of the things that I talk about with clients is the idea of that the business really is the vehicle towards this lifestyle and the freedom that you're trying to build. And so it's creating results not only in the business sense, but also what results do you want to create in your relationships and in your family life, and as far as your use of time and in your finances. So all of these things work together. And I want to see moms knowing that they really can have what they want, that they can have it all. And there's a certain path to help you get there. So that's where I come in.
Well, that is so great. I mean, there is so much opportunity today with the ability, like we're talking right now, the online technology and all the things you can do. You don't have to leave your home to do incredible things. And I think a lot of times that gives moms and other people's real freedom to be able to accomplish things in their life that they're able to do. But with the time would have been, and the situation would have been a hindrance if they didn't have the technology today.
That's true. That's true. I have talked with a lot of mom entrepreneurs who are really enjoying the ability to work from home and also connect with people from all over the place, right? We're no longer limited to networking to whatever place we can drive to, but we can now do this on a global level. And for a lot of moms too in business, they have experienced growth in their businesses as a result of having these new connections. There have, of course, been additional challenges added, such as, primarily I want to say the homeschooling / online school for kids. And as you pointed out, I think this is an opportunity, and we have to look at what are the positives that we can use to our advantage, and also creating new structures of support, new habits that will help us to maximize that, while also navigating the other pieces, especially the parenting in this particular age that we're in.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of, fun, the opportunities that we have, but it also gives a little bit of comic relief with people trying to mother and to parent as well as do things, because we were talking about my friend Cami Hoyza out of Houston, Texas, and she was delivering an online workshop, and her son, I think he's around 10, he was photobombing her back and forth behind while she was giving this workshop. And then I've had other people that I've been working with, and while we're in the middle of things, their children will crawl up under their desk and up onto their lap and other things. It's just the age we live in. And I think it's really fun. It actually gives you, kind of lightens up things, because everybody's dealing with families and situations similar in life. And for a long time, everything had to be so polished and you couldn't have any of that. And I think now there's a big move for authenticity, and people are all dealing with life and trying to do their career at the same time.
Absolutely. I love what you said, because I have heard just recently too, how these days, right, because we're all home and we're dealing with a new set of circumstances, that there has been a lot more opening for people just showing up as they are, and that there is much more emphasis and appreciation for people showing up authentically, and that even when we show up on social media, that no longer is the preferred model, this highly produced content and videos and all of the things, but more the kind of the raw and authentic part of that person's life and journey that they're sharing.
Yeah,
So
because it really brings in just the personal part of life. I mean, we are all people. Some we have struggles, we have celebrations, we have all kinds of great things going on in our life. And instead of like pushing that aside and saying, I want to totally separate my life, my personal life from my professional life, you can't really do that. I mean, because you are the person that is doing that profession. And yeah, there's certain parts, that you can separate, but in general, you are your business. You are what people are choosing to work with. And people work with people, they don't work with robots. And
that's
so
it.
that's why social media is so big nowadays, because people love to be social.
That's it. It's in our nature.
It is. It is. So I think that this is cool. Now you transfer this into life and business coaching as well. So do you work with us guys or other people in business coaching, or is it only women?
It's only women.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So that's good though. You found your niche that works for you, and there is just so many. What I love about the coaching and everything going on nowadays, I have so many friends out there that are doing that. But everybody has their own little niche, their own little twist, their own little group of people that they really jive with. And even though we have a lot of similarities, everybody's doing things just a little bit differently, which is nice because there's a big need out there.
Yeah, everybody has their own secret sauce.
There you go. That's right. Secret sauce. Cami likes to use that too. Actually,
I heard it from a previous interview about the secret sauce. Yeah.
I've heard a few of those. So that's really good. So now tell me again, you are a PhD, and you told me you got your PhD, what, about 15 years ago?
Yes, actually 16 years back in 2004, and it's in family psychology.
Ah, and has that really benefited you with dealing with the minds of moms and helping them?
To a degree, certainly having a degree in psychology has helped me to understand people better. And I think I've always had that approachability, that people feel comfortable sharing with me what's going on with them, even the ugly thoughts and that kind of stuff, So it's been really great to have that kind of insight. And yeah, it helps me to connect with my moms very well.
Well, especially when you're doing the life coaching portion, which really, I mean, I think with business coaching, there's always a little bit of life coaching in there because we're talking about everybody's dealing with life. And I think a lot of times you end up being a psychologist a little bit, helping people just kind of navigate through things. It's not that you have to solve all their problems. They just need to talk through things, kind of work through their journey and where they're going and where they've been, to kind of narrow down their focus on where they want to go and how they're going to get there.
Absolutely. And as you said, I think that the business works alongside of life. And the way that I see it, I think for a lot of mompreneurs, as well as for myself, the business really is a vehicle for the kind of life that you want to create. So all of these pieces need to work together in order to really experience a fulfilling, meaningful, successful life. So all of the elements have to be addressed simultaneously. And as you pointed out, having kind of a roadmap for where you want to go. That's one of the things that I work with clients on, is having a vision for their entire life. What do you want in your health? What do you want in your business, in your relationships? So all of that. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's critical to have a personal growth plan. I work with clients with that all the time because that's what you're talking about. I mean, what do you want out of life, and how are you going to grow? Because if we're not growing, we're sitting still and just slowly dying. So we need to be growing in all the different areas of our life, business, personal, spiritual, whatever, and just make sure that we have an idea where we're going. The old adage that, fail to plan, plan to fail. If we have no plan or objective with life, then we're just kind of floundering through things. So I think that's so great, all that you do. And then with, like you said, you're super approachable. And so that gives people and you also come across as very authentic. So it gives people the idea that they can really share with you and, really grow with your help.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I like to think as well, that, I'm here to support people in growing. And one of the things that I see, especially with mom entrepreneurs, is the idea that, once we become moms, then our lives become all about our kids. And I really contend that notion, right? I don't like that idea because I feel like I believe and I know that we are still human beings. And I think to the extent that we continue to grow and develop ourselves as human beings, that's going to help us become better versions of ourselves, which is reflected then in everything that we do and in all our relationships, including our relationship with our children. And it provides a great model for them as well to follow. So I think that aspect of continuing to evolve and grow as people is really important.
Yeah, that is so important. I mean, again, growth in life is so important. And then connection, this is all about how amazing people connect, my podcast. And you definitely have mastered that. I can tell that you connect with these mompreneurs and do great work with them. But those that don't know about you and that want to connect with you, they need to know, how do they get in touch with you? So give us your contact information.
Yeah, so the best way is to go to my website. Is themompreneursuccessspecialist.com. It's a little bit long, but themompreneursuccessspecialist.com. I also have a Facebook page, and that's actually under my company name, Joyful Imperfection Counseling. And I offer a group as well that I call Redefining Supermom. That's all about supporting my mom entrepreneurs to move from the old model of mom sacrificing herself to be a good mom to the model of mom needs to grow and nurture herself to show up as the best mom. So that's another way to reach me.
That's great. I'll make sure and link to that stuff in the show notes. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you coming on today. It's been a pleasure to talk with you again. We've been able to talk a few times now. And so hopefully we'll be able to chat more in the future, and I'll be able to send people your way that can definitely use the special ability that you have to connect with mompreneurs. I can barely say that word. You said it much better than me. So anyway, hey, thanks again. And I want to thank all of you out there for listening today. It's been a pleasure again to come to you and add value to your life. I know that Raquel has been able to do that today for me, and I know that she's done that for you as well. So thanks again. And until we see you again, have a great day and a great life. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.